Yeah, welcome back to Teacher Genevic's channel. Remember in our last discussion, simply put, I told you how excess salt from your food can be removed through the process of diffusion. Just cutting a few pieces of raw yam, add it to the soup. The particles of salt, which is too much in the soup, will move from that soup and enter into the yam that has a little or no salt, thereby reducing the amount of salt in your soup, and you get back your soup. So today I want to bring another chemistry at your doorpost. This day we will talk about, or we discuss, or I will tell you the reason why people die after sleeping in a room that is not ventilated with their generator, or when they put their generator and the exhaust pipe of the generator, if it's not channeled outside, what happens? What usually happens to people? I know that many of us would have had one story or the other where individuals or families, they die after sleeping in a room that with their generator. So today, I want to tell you that what happened to them is simple science. They died of suffocation. So I want to tell you what really happened to these people, and that thing will come under the topic: the poisonous effects of carbon monoxide. The poisonous effects of carbon monoxide. We know that our generator, at times you have the one that use diesel or the one that use petrol. So from the board, if you look at the board, I said I want to discuss on poisonous effects of carbon monoxide. What killed those people that slept with their generator in the same room? You look at here, you see fuel. The fuel is not only petrol or kerosene or gas. Fuel is any substance that can be meant to burn with another substance to give out heat. So in our generators will use either petrol or diesel. So when you get your generator and you add diesel or petrol, this petrol or diesel contain carbon, hydrocarbon, natural gas. They contain carbon. So this carbon, when you put your fuel, your diesel or petrol in your generator, oxygen will be meant to burn with that carbon. This is carbon with oxygen, and when this is burnt, they will produce, the carbon and oxygen will produce carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, depending on the amount of oxygen. So when the oxygen is limited, you don't have that limited amount of oxygen, that it will produce what is known as carbon monoxide. If you look at the equation, this one is 2 oxygen, 2 carbon. That is one oxygen, 1 carbon. The reaction is incomplete. We say combustion is burning. Incomplete combustion, meaning that you most of the carbon inside the petrol was not burned. So it will result to carbon monoxide and heat. But if there is plentiful supply of oxygen in the burning chamber of the generator, it will give you carbon dioxide. So when you have incomplete combustion, carbon monoxide is produced. And then what will happen? When you sleep with your generator and you see the black smoke coming out, that black smoke contains carbon monoxide. And this is the reason also why you should not put your nose while on the road and they see a big truck or a lorry producing black smoke from the exhaust pipe. Don't try to inhale it. It contains this poisonous gas. So let's now look at the poisonous effect of that carbon monoxide. There's what we call the hemoglobin in our blood. Hemoglobin is iron pigment that is responsible for transporting oxygen around your body. That's why sometimes you go to hospitals, oh, you have your iron is low, your hemoglobin is low. So this hemoglobin, the work of it is to transport oxygen when you inhale. That is when you breathe in oxygen and bring out carbon dioxide. So this oxygen that you have taken in, it doesn't end in just breathing in and breathing out. When they get to the lung, where gaseous exchange take place, the oxygen, usually this hemoglobin will pick up the oxygen to form what is called oxyhemoglobin. And there is a bond between two of them. This bond is very weak bond. It's reversible, which means all this oxygen can be drawn back, and then hemoglobin can go back and pick another oxygen. This oxygen transported to the tissue of the body via hemoglobin is used for tissue respiration. After digestion, the food will be absorbed in your body. It's this oxygen that will help to break down the food to release energy. And those energies will, this oxygen will be carried to vital organs of the body like heart, brain, and they help to break down the food and to release energy. And when you get to the oxyhemoglobin, the hemoglobin that are combined with oxygen gets to the vital organs of the body, it will drop the oxygen and go back to the lungs through your blood to pick more oxygen to go back to deposit, because it's a continuous process. But when you inhale carbon monoxide, this carbon monoxide will in your lungs will combine with hemoglobin and will form a very strong bond that cannot be reversed. You can see irreversible. We form carboxyhemoglobin, and whenever it gets any hemoglobin, it will not part with it. It will not part with hemoglobin. So when it comes to lungs, instead of it picking oxygen, because you have inhaled carbon monoxide will attach to hemoglobin, and it continues seizing the hemoglobin, reducing the amount that will take oxygen to the vital organs of your body. And when this thing, when it happens, this carboxyhemoglobin, it cannot reverse, it cannot part with hemoglobin, and this will reduce to the amount of oxygen for tissue respiration. So instead of going to lungs, taking enough oxygen, because part of the hemoglobin had been carbon monoxide in form of carboxyhemoglobin cannot part with it, the number of oxygen to be carried by this hemoglobin will reduce, because the number of hemoglobin available to transport oxygen is reduced because of the dangerous effect of this carbon monoxide. And what will happen? The person will die. The tissues of the body will begin to lose oxygen and gradually die. And when it happens, the person will die of suffocation. And this is the reason why people wake up in the morning. So 4 members of the family, they slept, they couldn't wake up because they slept with their gen inside their room. So it is very dangerous to sleep with your generator inside your room. You have to, even if your generator is in your balcony, try to channel the exhaust of it outside air, so that the air that is produced will not be concentrated in a place and people will inhale it. And when they inhale it, it will react with the hemoglobin, will not allow the hemoglobin to carry the oxygen to the tissues of the body, will not do the work of tissue respiration, and the person will die of suffocation. That is where we end it. Thank you.